We're near the end of the year for the Reno Sparks real estate market, and let's take a look and see what exactly happened in our area. Let's take a look. Well, we saw prices finally drop. We've been in the plateau for quite a while, actually. You look over the last 13 months here, and you can see the last 5 months previous were kind of right around that 570, 575 range. And this time we actually dropped $20,000 from $575 to $555,000. Now, we tend to see prices go down a little bit in the winter months. So is it seasonal? Is it market? Adjustment, we're gonna have to see and find out, but I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. Seeing how quickly homes are going under contract and accepting an offer, we went to 35 days to contract for November, so up from 31. We're seeing that trend kind of continue to go upward, way more than our April of only 12 days to contract. Now, we do, again, a lot of this stuff is seasonal. We do see homes take longer to sell in the winter months. It's just kind of as expected. Luckily, we haven't had any significant snowfall today, although we see some snow in the mountains, which is good. So, but once that cold weather hits, we're gonna definitely even see those days on market probably take even a little bit longer. Now, depending if you are a seller and looking to sell, how quickly in your price point of listing your home will it take to accept an offer? Well, if you're in the, let's say, $750 to $999 price range, then we see adjustment it went from 39 days to 45 days to accept an offer of a home in your price range. And that's a median number. But look at the $1.5 million plus, and we saw that drop from 69 days to 32. Now those, both the 3 to 399 and the 1.5 million up are always fluctuating a lot more because there's normally a lot less homes that are selling in those price points. For example, only 10 homes went pending in that price point in November. So that kind of gives you a clue of where those numbers are. One house can make all the difference. Now, looking at our inventory, our new listings, as well as how many homes have sold in the area, our inventory dropped quite a bit. It went from 841 to 705. That's right. We're back down almost under 700 now. So quite the drop. We saw that we saw new listings drop as well from 377 to 268. So quite a big drop there. And we even saw the sold listings drop from 345 to 318. And you can kind of compare a few months back and see just how much some of these numbers have fallen. So hopefully we'll get the inventory back up soon, but there are still some opportunities for sellers out there as well as buyers, and we can chat about that. In the different price points out there, how many homes are available in your price point if you're a buyer or a potential seller? You can kind of get an idea here, and you can see that what was really interesting, the 1 and 1.5 million went from 124 homes available to 88 homes. That was the biggest change. The rest weren't as big, maybe 10 to 20 home difference for most of them. And so a lot of that fluctuation in the inventory was actually in that $1 to $1.5 million price range. And we are starting to see more of a variance in that price point just because of the higher interest rates and things like that really starts to hit on the considered luxury market a little bit sooner. Month supply of inventory is how we look and see what type of market we're in. And right now, it actually went down from 2.4 months supply of inventory to 2.2 months supply of inventory, which leans more towards the seller's market. Again, I've reiterated this every month, but that doesn't mean we're in a seller's market per se, but we did lean a little bit stronger only because of a lack of inventory. Because we don't have as many homes for sale, even though that buyer demand is down, because that balance is measured in month supply of inventory, we saw that number go from 2.4 to 2.2, saying it's gonna take 2.2 months to sell all of our homes in Reno if no more homes hit the market today. In all the different price points out there, you can kind of see where they're all at, and you can see that pretty much anything under $1 million, it's all under 3 months or less, and none of those really had any big changes. Now the $1 million and higher, they had the biggest change with 3.5, or went from 6.9 to 3.5, and from 6.5 to 8.8. So definitely some more changes going on there. Kind of opposite effect for either of them, which was very fascinating to me, but that's why we track these, just to know what's going on each month, because there's lots of surprises out there. Now, this is always my kind of forecaster, how many homes accepted an offer in the month of November in Reno Sparks, and we saw that only 289 homes accepted an offer. That was pretty close to what we did last December, but you look at November, it was 312 of last year. So less than last year. In October of last year as well was 359 versus 322. So we're a little bit slower of a market this year than we were last year. And last year was actually one of our slowest markets, at least since the Great Recession that we had. So it's definitely something to keep note of. We have seen those numbers dip, and we're just seeing a lot of people not necessarily make a decision to buy or sell unless they more have a stronger reason to do so. Relocating for job, work, circumstances like that, unless for, I just want a little bit bigger house, right? So we're seeing a lot of those decisions be made or holding off for the time being until maybe those interest rates adjust. Now, how many homes went pending in your price point? Now, a lot of these in, again, the lower side, the left side of these numbers, not huge changes. Where we saw the dramatic change, I thought was interesting. Again, 750 to 999. 55 homes went under contract in that price point in October, only 28 in November. So quite a difference there, quite a big drop. So we saw that demand definitely go down in that price point in Reno Sparks. And look at the million and higher than that. So went from 17 homes to just 9 homes went pending, from $1 million to 1.5 million. And then higher than that, only 10 homes. So definitely a much slower market at that price point right now, just people holding off. Taking a look at Reno, starting with median home price, $585, just a slight tick down from last month. And we saw inventory, decent drop there of over 15%, new listings down 24%, and closed sales at down 14.6%. So definitely saw a little bit of a slower market in the Reno area. Taking a look at Sparks, actually had between Reno and Sparks had the stronger one. Went up in median home price, inventory still dropped 17%, and new listings dropped 37%, but closed sales went to 101 closed sales. So definitely had the stronger market of the two. Driving to Fernley, 377, 495, a little bit 3% drop in median home price. We saw inventory drop, we saw new listings drop. And again, that's kind of going to be continuous, probably even in our December report as well. Closed sales stayed pretty flat at 34 homes. But look at that, new listings, only 13 homes hit the market in Fernley last month. Heading down to Carson City, about 510 basically median sales price. Active inventory, 100 homes for sale in all of Carson City. That's down 16.7%. We saw new listings down 26.5%, down to just 36 homes. That's it. 42 homes sold in November as well. So you can see that more homes sold than came on the market in November. Heading down to Gardnerville and Minden, dropped as well, 612,500. We saw inventory drop as well, and we saw new listings drop nearly 20%. And closed sales, 34 homes. It's a drop of almost 35%. Closing us out in Reno and Sparks for condos and townhomes, about 340 for median sales price there. Inventory is at 192 homes, or condos, townhomes. New listings at 89, so we actually saw new listings jump up for condo townhomes, and we saw closed sales down 27%. Now, I had a request on my video last month about talking about some new construction homes, so I'm working on compiling some great data for my end of year report, so stay tuned for the January's monthly market update report for December's numbers, and we're going to talk about, one, how we did for the year, as well as some new construction numbers as well of how they did for the year as well. So gonna have some really great data for you, so stay tuned to watch that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. And comment below what other things you'd like to see in these videos. It helps me, and I will definitely put them in consideration, adding them in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a Merry Christmas.